To take a look at our YouTube channel's analytics from the Creator Studio dashboard, we're just going to click on the Analytics link on the left side of the page. The screen that appears is the Analytics Overview screen, where we can get a bird's eye view at some of the most important metrics on our YouTube channel. Right from this page, we can see how many views we've had for the last 28 days, how many minutes people have watched, our total estimated earnings, and then all of our engagement statistics like likes and dislikes. Notice that I mentioned we're viewing data for the last 28 days. That's what you see by default, but there's a drop-down in the top right corner that allows us to change our date range. So instead of viewing data just for the last 28 days, we could view data for the entire lifetime of our YouTube channel, just this week, last week, or really any range we want. At the very bottom of this list, we could even choose a custom date range to view data from. As I scroll down this page, you'll see that there's more information on here as well. It lists our top 10 videos in regards to views, so we can see how many views those videos have, how many minutes people have watched, and how much money they've earned us. We also see what percentage of our YouTube channel's views as a whole each video has. So we can see that the Tower Bridge flyover in London video is accounting for 76% of our entire YouTube channel's views over the last 28 days. We can also see some demographic information, the top countries that are watching our videos, whether our viewers are more male or female, and then at the bottom we can also see some information regarding our top traffic sources. If we scroll back up the page here, there's a few more features on the top of this page that I'd like to talk about. First of all, we can search for some content up here in this text box at the top left of the page. In other words, I can click in here, and instead of viewing information from my YouTube channel as a whole, I can pick a specific video to view information from. So I could select the Tower Bridge flyover video, and you'll notice that the data on this page changes so that I'm now looking at views, minutes, estimated earnings, and engagement metrics specifically from this video. We could also look at information from a specific location. So if I X out the Tower Bridge flyover video, notice that there's another text box to the right that allows us to search for locations. I could click in this text box and I could look at data specifically from my United States viewers, specifically from viewers in Europe, and so forth. We can also compare data here on the Analytics Overview page. If I click on the comparison button at the top of the page, a second set of text boxes appears, so now I can select two different videos. I could select the Tower Bridge flyover video, and I could select the Oxford Street time-lapse video, and I'll now see these two videos side by side so I can see how many views one video has compared to the other. If I look down here in the performance section, I can see that the Tower Bridge video has 16 views over the last 28 days, and the Oxford Street time-lapse video only has 3 views. So I could ask myself that question, why does the Tower Bridge flyover video have so many more views? I'm going to close out the comparison for now. It's important to note that you can also export your data from this overview page by clicking on the Download Report button. It will actually download the information as a CSV file so that you could import it into Excel. In a second here, I'm actually going to take you into my YouTube account's Analytics Overview page so you can look at the information from what it would look like for an account that's been around for a little bit longer and is a little bit more mature. Before I do that, I want to show you that underneath the Analytics section on the left side of the page, we have links to very specific areas within our YouTube Analytics. So we could specifically look at our views on YouTube and we could dig a little bit deeper into that data. The same goes for traffic sources, engagement reports such as subscribers, likes, and dislikes. There is a ton of data here in YouTube Analytics, and later on in the course, we're actually going to drill down into a couple of these specific sections so that we can gain a little bit more information from our analytical data. Let's switch over to my YouTube account now so that we can take a look at what this overview page looks like on an account that has more data inside of it. So here I am on my YouTube channel's Analytics Overview page, and as we can see, these graphs down here provide us with a little bit more information. Earlier in the course, I talked about looking at graphical trends, making sure that our views and earnings are increasing over time. So on this page right here, we can see the graph. We can see that our views are going up, that our earnings are going up, and you'll notice that there's even a little green triangle next to our views and minutes watched that tells us that this metric is actually increasing. If it was decreasing, there'd be a red downward-facing triangle telling us that this metric has been decreasing over the last 28 days. As we scroll down, we can see more information for our top 10 videos, and then there's that demographic data that we looked at in the Land and Hotel YouTube account as well. So it's definitely important to be taking a look at your analytics here on YouTube. Once you upload your content, you can come here to the analytics overview section on YouTube to try and gauge which content is most successful and figure out why that is so that you can reproduce it in the future on your YouTube channel.